that could also be in connection to the resignation of former defense minister. And of course, anytime Nigerians, are making comments in respect of some movements made by the government, I think we shouldn't look at it as a mere statement. What Nigerians were really saying, has come to pass. That Christopher Musa, the retired general, is now nominated by the president to fill the vacancy left by Mohammed Badaru, the former minister of defense. So for me, it's very competent. But then I want to see a different approach being brought by him to ensure that the security of Nigerians is being improved. Because you just talked about, I read that this morning that some persons were kidnapped in Imo State, and it's an event that happened too many times in this country. That a lot of Nigerians are being kidnapped while traveling on the road. Some are being kidnapped in their communities, kidnapped in their worship centers, some in schools, and all of that. So I want to see Christopher Musa, bringing in that wealth of experience he has acquired over the years to bear in this ministry, because a ministry of defense is very strategic.
Let's look at it. Let me give it a direct question now. So, what does Christopher Musa's nomination signal about the government's strategy towards tackling insecurity and banditry? Sometimes we want to look at what is your plan towards getting this. So, what does it look like the government strategy is? Bringing in Musa. Yes, Badaru resigned. He said it was as a result of health challenge. But we are seeing the handwritings on the wall. But what do you think is the strategy now by the government bringing in Christopher Musa to become the Minister of Defense?
Okay, it seems to me that the president is beginning to yield to the calls of Nigerian, to the call of Nigerian.
Okay, listening to the calls of Nigerian.
You understand? To really reposition most of this appointment, because I could remember in 2003, the former governor of Kano State, the president of Rabiu Kwankwaso, was also appointed as Minister of Defense. But when you look at him, does he have anything that has to do with security? So when you look at most of these things that happened in the past, so most of them were just there as political compensation, which shouldn't happen. I started an example yesterday.
Especially the area of defense.
Yes, I started an example yesterday when I was appearing on that radio program in Yenagua. And I said, look, we have Ministry of Health and Ministry of Justice. This ministry, I have never seen anybody outside the profession of health and legal practitioner, manning that ministry. Apart from, if it is Ministry of Health, then you must bring a medical doctor. If it is Ministry of Justice, you must bring a legal practitioner, because they are professionals in that area. They will know exactly what to do. But when you look at the Ministry of Defense, as big, as important as Ministry of Defense is, and you bring somebody that has no military idea, no security idea, nothing to put in that position.
So you're feeling the strategy now is they are now listening to Nigerians and putting the right people at the right position.
I said it seems so. It seems so on one hand that the president, is beginning to listen to, the call of Nigerians.
By putting the right people in the right position.
So you need to put people in their right position, so that if they make mistake, then we will know that maybe it was an oversight. You understand, on their part, not doing what they needed to do to make sure that, because see, insecurity, it happens too many in this country. So we need to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
And so we need a competent. And so I must say that this appointment or this nomination, because it's subject to the approval of the Senate.
Which I almost.
I want to say that it must have an express acceleration express acceleration
Mm.
from the because
The last time I heard that the president nominated someone was Professor Joash Amupitan. I was thinking it was going to go through rigorous
drilling,
drilling and
you know,
but you know what we
it was just
the rest they say is history. Yes, they did their job. DSS did their job. They did what they were
okay
supposed to do.
in profiling him.
And of course, I'm sure they're going to do their job on him.
Okay,
And all that. But let's look at the man, Christopher Musa,
okay.
given his experience as chief of defense staff, what immediate change should Nigerians now expect from the minister?
You see, a man who has risen to that rank in the military, for me, is not a child, and he has garnered a whole lot of experience
Sure.
in terms of security,
Very true.
intelligence. And so his nomination, for me, it's a good thing that happened to Nigeria. But then, I think that he knows the worries of Nigerians in terms of insecurity. And Ministry of Defense is very strategic in coping the issue of insecurity. In alliance with the Office of the National Security Advisor to the Presidency and all other, security apparatus in this country to make sure that this time we'll get it right, by employing the right approach and techniques. Those are the areas we should be, focusing our attention on, because whether we like it or not, security today is not just looking at us, okay, let's go. But there should be this technicality that should be employed to make sure that, all those that seems to have troubled Nigeria, the bandits, the Boko Haram, those who kidnapped our brothers and sisters on their way that, when they are traveling, or in their homes, in their worship places, we must make sure, through this appointment, to make sure that at least we curb it to barest minimum. Because Nigerians are not sleeping with their two eyes closed these days. At least it's just one eye, so that if somebody knocks on your door, they say, please let me know who is this person, so that I can know the next line of action to take. So that we'll be, at least have that, sense of relief that we've had the right person in the right position.
Fortunately for us, we'll be having a security expert coming tomorrow to...
Yeah, I think it will really dissect on that.
Very well.
I only, as a public official, I just touch some aspect of it. So when he comes tomorrow, he will, really dissect.
Your point is going to be very, very valid. Because we're going to be seeing it from your perspective, from the citizen's point of view, right? The public affairs point of view. We can also touch on the both sides. So on the matter of this appointment, do you think it's long overdue? And what gap do you think Christopher Musa can fill that the previous minister did not occupy? But first is first, do you think this whole situation was long overdue?
For me, it was long overdue. And let me also say that...
When do you think was supposed to be the best time?
Because the person that occupied that position, like I did say, Mohammed Badari, former governor of Jigawa State, for me, does not have any security experience at all. It was just political, compensation, which for me, it has spoiled a whole lot of things in this country. When we also look at things politically, without seeing the effects that can be to the society. But having brought in somebody who has that military experience and that security experience as well, and it's an honor to him in the first place, because I don't think since he was out of office, it's up to 2 months. I don't think it's up to 2 months since he was out of office, and this appointment is given to him. It's an honor to him. You should know that Nigeria has a lot of honor for him. That's one. Two, and Nigerians also expected much from him. They say to whom much is expected, much is also expected.
On what area do you think he would definitely feel?
Now, on the issue of technicality, because yes,
technicality, and that's you think that's the area that Daru did not feel.
Very strategic, because the security today in the world has to do with technicality, because you cannot just command the troops and say go to certain areas without you understand that technical information they needed first before they can embark on such journey, so that we can get the right result. Because whether we like it or not, see, the issue of banditry, this issue of Boko Haram, the issue of kidnapping, especially in the northwest, north central, north east, it's alarming, my brother. And I want to also say that it stopped the economic free flow of that zone, and it also affects Nigeria, as a country, which ought not to be so. So I want him to really strategize and synergize, ask question, and also swing into action the moment his nomination is going to be approved by the Senate, so that we can have that sense of relief expected of him. It's a very huge responsibility that will be rest on his shoulder. You understand? Because like the former person who occupied that position has little or no knowledge about the work of security, because Minister of Defense, like I did say, is very strategic, and he needs somebody with a huge experience to be able to do the needful in order to salvage Nigeria out of this insecurity terrain that doesn't in any way help us as a country.
Many troops have complained about the morale, the welfare, the equipment. Should the new minister make troop welfare his top priority? Because this is more like his jurisdiction. More like.
Yes.
He might be getting instruction from the president, but being the minister of defense, you think this is the area where you need to motivate this is the area where he needs to come in to motivate the troops.
The security issue is not new to him. Somebody who has risen to the rank of the general in the Nigerian army, and he was at the top echelon for that mountain.
For a very long time.
You understand? Somebody who has been chief of defense. Do you know that position? It's not just child's play in the military hierarchy. And so he has that experience. And I want to believe that with his knowledge on security matters, he will perform credit. But he shouldn't disappoint Nigeria.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the welfare now.
Now, in terms of the welfare and the morale of the military, who are on the field already, you see, so many things has happened, and the issue of the welfare to the military, who are combating this menace in the field, there are a lot of complaints that came from them, that sometimes they are not getting what they're supposed to get on time, and even that will come, it will not come complete, which is not okay. That alone can lower their morale, to perform excellently in their line of duty. So the Ministry of Defense, which I believe they are the people that regulate the emolument to this military personnel, should look at the issue of welfare among this military personnel, because they say he who works must eat. And so if they are putting their lives online to make sure that the territorial integrity of Nigeria is well protected, that which also due them should be given to them without a dime taken out of it. Because a lot of them have families. How will it be, or how will it feel that someone who is putting his or her life online protecting us, their family will be languishing, their family will go hungry, and what is due them, and those who are in authority will not give it to them as at when due. My brother, this is completely wrong. And we Nigerians, we condemn and instruct him. So I want to believe that Christopher Musa, the retired general, will fix this. Will fix this, because when these people are well taken care of, I want to believe that they will do their work, without looking back.
Let's be realistic and see if can he realistically reduce the terror operations, of course, in the short term, or maybe we should be looking at the long-term plan towards this. Sometimes when we look at the administration, we expect things to just start working immediately. Nigerians would expect things to start working immediately. Now that Christopher Musa is in here, are we looking at the short-term plan in terms of ending the terrorism in the country, or are we looking at the long-term plan?
The Nigerians have suffered a lot as a result of this insecurity. What he should strategize, it should be both short and long-term plans. You understand? Now, on the aspect of short-term plans, what are the strategies should be put in place?
Both short and long-term.
Yes, and long-term, because you can't do without both.
You can't keep losing lives.
Yes, especially where do you know these people have that boldness of walking into worship centers, whether mosque or church,
Mm.
and then we, made away with several worship, worshippers, which is not proper. And again, what about the schools? The other day in Niger State, about 300 students, including students and their staffs, were abducted. And Christopher, one thing I don't understand: these people, move on motorbike, and how is it possible for them to be able to move over 300 persons from a particular institution without any interference? I mean, you see, until we answer basic questions on this adoption of a thing, then we will not get it right. And this is what I want this, new man that is coming into this ministry to really look at this and maybe profile some solutions to it. Because no one can really convince me that 10 or 20 of them will walk into a school. I know they have ammunitions with them, and then move away with 200 to 300 persons. Do they come with vehicles when they are embarking on this operation? Or with this motorbike alone? How do they manage to take away this huge number of persons without no interference at all? I think something is fishy. Or there are compromise somewhere, which I want this new person to really look at this area. If we have those bad eggs in the military that are compromising a lot, they should be fished out and let them face the wrath of the law. Because we can't continue this trajectory, and yet at the end of the day we keep complaining. And the lives of Nigerians are going for it. It's not a good thing at all that should happen to us as a nation. So let him look at this area and provide both short and long-term plan to make sure that Nigerians are protected. To make sure that Nigerians, have that freedom they desired from their own country. Nigeria is our own country. If we travel to Ghana, travel to US, travel to Germany, travel to Canada, travel to any part of the world, we are strangers on those countries. But Nigeria is our home. If Nigeria is better today, it's for all of us. If Nigeria is good today, it's for all of us. So please and please, whatever the security agencies, whatever the Ministry of Defense will want to do to salvage Nigeria out of this quagmire, please, they should do it. It's long overdue. We can't live in our country as strangers. We can't live in our country with fear every time. It's not something that should happen to us.
All right.
Please, this new man, I think and I believe, is going to do us proud.
All right. Quickly, we're going to open the phone lines to get reaction before we go to the next conversation we have this morning. The numbers to call to get your reaction is 081 355 42321, 081 355 42321, 091 286 30377, and 081 60353838. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that already. 081 60353838, 081 60353838, 081 355 42321, 081 355 42321, 091 286 30377, 091 286 30377 is the number to call. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Let's Talk.
Morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah,
Welcome.
the appointment of Christopher Musa.
We lost that. Keep the calls coming. 081 355 42321, 081 60 35 3838, 081 60 35 3838. Still battling with our phone lines. We've been getting drop calls, but keep the calls coming. I try especially the number 081 60 35 3838 or 081 355 42321. While we try to get the calls coming in. We just delve into our next conversation this morning. Yes, we're here. Of course, let's see if I have it there. All right. Yes, it is here with me. The U.S. Congress, via the House Appropriation Committee, held a joint briefing to examine what it described as escalating violence and alleged religion persecution in Nigeria. At the same time, the Nigerian House of Representatives convened a special plenary section devoted solely on national security, debating kidnapping, banditry, communal violence, and general breakdown of law and order. The Nigerian section was attended by members of security-related committees and foreign affairs observers, including officials from the foreign parliament, embassies, signaling international attention on Nigerian crisis. Of course, what are the demands? What do they discuss? The lawmakers, including the minority leaders, criticized what they describe as government inaction, calling for urgent reforms, state community policing, broader security, anti-ransom negotiation, laws, and restructuring of the security agencies. I some in the rep stronger legislation to criminalize ransom negotiation or unstructured amnesty deals. They called for a comprehensive review of the national security architecture, recruiting better trained officers, tightening vetting, and ensuring security agencies are properly equipped and accountable. And of course, the U.S. side lawmaker and some witnesses framed the violence as including targeted persecution, particularly against religious communities, and urged diplomatic and possible other measures to press the Nigerian government to protect vulnerable citizens. Now, we're going to be looking at what your reaction is, sir, Dr. Henry Bassi, on this meeting that has been held.
Okay, I think the meeting, both the House of Reps in the United States of America and that of Nigeria, for me, the issue of insecurity is what I want to speak on, not whether it's on a particular religious organization or not. For me, Christians are Nigerians, Muslims are Nigerians, pagans are Nigerians, every other group, they are all Nigerians, as long as they are residents of the territory called Nigeria. That is my most concern, not about other things that may further conflicting what we're having at hand. So looking at the calls made by the United States Congress and that of the House of Representatives of Nigeria is very apt. Now, they also point, like the House of Reps in Nigeria talked about the state policing. I said something about that when I appeared here last week. I talked about the structure of state policing, which is, for me, it's a long overdue. Because the issue of insecurity we're battling today, when you look at them, it's a community base. Because those who are living within these communities knows everyone. And if somebody comes into such a community, you will know. If they are not part and parcel of that community, you will know. And so if we make this community, this policing system community based, I'm not saying that it will completely, eradicate the issue of insecurity, but it will curb it to barest minimum. So they should look at it. They should not only look at it in the political angle. That because why most of them are afraid is that, say, look, if you make the issue of state policing a law, that some of the governors will use it against their opponent and all of that. But if we keep looking at it politically and then sideline other angle, which is very important, the protection of Nigerians, for me, that is what I don't support at all. Please, if it is possible, let us start with the creation of state policing. And I also did say that for us to make it workable, we must make sure that this is enshrined in our constitution, so that we'll not have issue of litigations here and there that will not help us.
Let's quickly see if we can take this call. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Let's Talk.
Yeah. Christopher, good
Yes, good morning, Christian.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
I think for a people who want to make progress in life, if you have a problem, you have to attack it from the roots. I've always told us that our problem is a software problem. Why won't this thing with the fact that we are not one people yet conscious? We don't even believe that we are one people. We are so divided along religious, ethnic, and social lines. So if we want to take care of that software problem, I think most of these things will go away. Why am I saying so? Talking about the
I think please keep the calls coming. Keep the calls coming. Try the number 08160 353838 081 60353838 and 08135542321. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk.
Hello, Chris.
Yes, Chijoke, welcome.
I was talking when the network just went
Please
off.
go ahead.
I think, can you hear me clearly now?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
I think I say have equality, but if you look at policy action of the body is of some of our leaders, it comes from questioning. Why should we have begin to advocate for same faith ticket? It brings about suspicion in the minds of every Nigerian. So nobody hates Nigeria. What we hate is the system. Want to do the right thing. Let us stop all this side preaching or whatever. We say the reality, the way things are. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Chijoke. Well said there. Keep the calls coming. 081 355 42321 091 286 30377. Hello, good morning.
I guess this one is clear
Yes,
now.
better.
Why are these our realities? Like the Bible said, all have sinned and come short of the glory of God by our thoughts, actions, inactions, and whatever. I was telling you a story that I was coming back from Ikoku yesterday. For every 100 pool before you get to USD Junction, you have people collecting money. The one that even baffled me was that the driver paid some money and somebody marked at his bureau. I said, what is this for? He said, for our court money. Meanwhile, between where he paid that court money, there is a police checkpoint in front. Those ones collected their own. When we begin to live in such a lousy way as a people are paid for security purpose for this country. They wear their uniform. All they do is to stay on the road and collect money. And you think you will not have this kind of situation? I was just imagining if a country attacks us now, if our army that is supposed to defend us is now the one we are being called, and people who are being paid for security are there collecting money here and there, DSS and all that. How do you think that insecurity will go away? If you like, you bring the biggest ammunitions of
but now we have the situation on the ground, and Christopher Musa is Minister of the Minister of Defense now. What's your reaction to that?
There is no sincere purpose
on his part.
From collecting money as security operative.
Let's focus on Christopher Musa. You have any reaction to his appointment, to his nomination?
Is it by appointing somebody because he's a military general when the people that are going to do the work they are not doing
is there nothing? Is there no influence that could come from his end? Is that what you're saying? There's no influence that could come from his end to stop all of that?
Is there any challenge? Who have been punished before?
We hope there is. But thank you so much, Christian, for your contribution. We hope there is a sincerity of purpose. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Right, lost that there. Hello, good morning.
I can hear you. Good morning, Christopher.
Yes, good morning, Kowate Magnus. Welcome.
Thank you. I also greet your guests in the studio.
Good morning.
Very quickly, I want to say that the issue of insecurity ravaging this country can be checked if governments want to check it. One, the level of sabotage in the system must be looked into. We were here the other day when the defense minister said that where the bandits are, that the bomb cannot penetrate the forest. I begin to wonder what kind of forest could it be that bomb or military equipment cannot penetrate. That statement alone is a statement of sabotage. And I thank God that today the presidency have realized and they are doing something about it. We can also trace this to our local communities. We have some community chiefs and some city chairmen sabotaging security architecture in this country, and they know them. until we need to do this, we cannot build something on nothing. It's just like what is happening in Emoha today, that we have kidnapping in our universities there because it was built on nothing. That particular project was built on nothing, and today we are suffering. So we must check these things from the scratch to make sure when it goes, we don't see this movie. So the presidency should look inward and restructure the security architecture and see a way to move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kawata Magnus. Let's take more calls. 081355 42321 09128630377. You can also call 0816035 3838 08160353838. Dr. Henry Basti, you were.
Yes, I was saying something on the issue of state policing. Allowing the policing system to trickle down to states where the state will also be responsible, in policing their residents. It's very important and key to security matter in this country. Because allowing only the federal government to carry the issue of security, it's for me, it's not all that proper. Because when you travel to some other countries, you see...
It's not really done that way, right?
Yes.
Well, let's see. We'll come back to that. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes. Chris.
Please, Honorable Chris.
Welcome.
I agree, John. Good morning.
All right, good morning, Chris.
If we want Nigeria to get better, people like us supposed to speak. But the problem is this. Like when I was coming back yesterday night, I saw a lady with two kids, a husband, and they managed to escape without phone. I give her my phone, say that you made a complaint in the station. It's okay, call them and come so that they will. You know what the police lady said? That she should bring money, that they can't come. You can't come from just a state, YKC here to Ilom Road.
Okay.
They can't come.
All right.
So look at what is good. I manage and I put the call to control room, Moscow room.
So
to tell you the truth, the people that you will trust that they should do the work, they are not doing what they're supposed to do.
So are you what are you saying in relation to Christopher Musa's nomination?
The Christopher Musa, is he new in Nigeria? Is he going to dance to the same thing?
So you're saying he might not do anything. He might.
No.
Okay, that's your. All right.
He can't do more than what is going on.
All right.
The foundation of Nigeria.
Your point noted. Your point noted. So we're hearing another pessimistic person saying that whatever it is, it's just another figure. Nothing is going to be done.
In as much as I respect
The
Nigerians'
opinions,
views, I want to say that if the government that has political and administrative will to put to effect all that they have known that is plaguing Nigeria, as a result of insecurity that we are suffering in this country, they will achieve that. But if they are only paying lip service to all the complaints that Nigerians are complaining, then the result would remain the same. You see, we cannot do, the same thing over time and expect a different result. We'll always get the same result unless the strategy
is a change in strategy.
You understand, changes completely. That is when we'll get it right. Because Nigerians are okay, like what the other man, Chris has complained about, calling the Nigerian police, to rescue a particular person that is into trouble, and they are demanding for money. For God's sake, when are we going to move away from this, monetary thing before you can save a life? You don't know the situation the person in at the moment he or she made that call or put that call across. You go first to rescue the person before you do, you demand for whatever you want to demand. And this has been the attitude of, especially the Nigerian police. I'm not talking about other, security structure. But the police, that has always been there. Somebody's calling for rescue.
All right.
And you demand for money first. It's not healthy.
It boils down to, we'll talk about that later. Hello, good morning.
talk now. Good morning.
The real gift. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good doctor.
Good morning, Real Gift.
Thank you, sir. You know, I told in my community that if for fear of darkness, the be where you're sleeping, you will remain with the stench of that tea of yours. So we'll talk now because the truth is that it's becoming alarming. You see, sometimes I ask myself, yes, they say they are leaders or people like these uniform men are people amongst us. Then I ask myself, between themselves and myself, all of us know the same thing. Are we not Nigerians? Are we not most of them who are from River State? What are we talking about there? The problem with the police is from the head, allegedly, please. Every town and Occupant knows. It's just like the issue of state police. The governors will misuse it. The federal police, sometimes even some governors know they misuse them. You know, they say I'm from River State, yeah. Is the federal government not misusing the police for different reasons? What are we talking about here? We are talking about the issue of security. How do we get effective security? And it is known that the insect that eats up the cola, not the inside the cola itself. If you have police, state police, community police, or whatever, most of the personnel will be recruited within that environment, and they know themselves, for goodness sakes. What are we talking about here? It's just like in your neighborhood. You get the way one person go call a pass. You go not to this street. I never see this street before. You ask your neighbor, you shall be get somebody way I see you. You describe. From there, suspicion arises, and then persons in charge of security will see if they can get such person and ask him questions. Person ask questions, they enter the doctor house. So we are told. So for me, it's high time we go beyond not just the state police, community police, but ask yourself a question. Do you know that even us we are today, we have family police? You know that our children. Because for night, as a father or a mother,
you are the police of the house.
Whenever you go sleep, you make sure everything. You know the police in that.
Yeah.
Is it not because of security? So if we can have such at that level, I think we have it in the state and then the community. Most of these stories of insecurity of these people will not be our own entire will not be there because as they enter, you know there is a difference between sweet and chewing gum, although the two is sweet for mouth. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The real gift. Yeah. So keep the calls coming. 081355 42321. 081355 321 091 286 30377.
Okay, so I was talking about the issue of responding to these distress calls, made by Nigerians to any of the security outfits. It's not helping at all. You don't know the situation the person is in at the moment he or she puts, that call. You need to respond. Even if the station the person called is far away, you can call the next station to go to the scene of that complaint and see what they can do to rescue or to help the person out of that situation than to say bring money first. Is it not the same taxpayers' money they use in paying them? Is it not yes, they use in paying them.
And you think because they are well paid, they are well taken care of,
I'm not talking about the issue of
go ahead
after all, in this country,
it still falls down. I asked you a question initially about the minister taking care of the welfare.
And I addressed that. I addressed that because I know that there are the things that happen within the military sector that is condemnable. I have said that. But the fact here is that someone calls for a rescue and you demand for money. How that is going to help. And it's okay, if you have any problem, call the police. So when you call the police and they demanded for money, so it's like when we say one thing, we act differently. And after all, they say police is a friend. And if that happened, will you still say that police is our friend? No, it's not. So for me, there are money for logistics provided for the Nigerian police. And so they should start questioning them whether they have used this money in the right way.
All right. We'll come back to that. Hello, good morning.
Yes, can I have a say on the second topic?
Go ahead.
You see, there is this excuse that we always make that the problem is with the head. Let me give you an instance. Here recently, the chairman of them got some military people to occupy the secretariat because it was another activity to re-employ, reabsorb those workers. He went and brought in. We did take permission. See,
hello, your line is breaking, Christian.
Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
I don't think any of them that have anything that of purpose to tackle insecurity in their place. The people will say that security not follow them. When they want to do their bidding and political, they have the need to go and collect military people. They work with military then for their own plenty purpose. But they cannot work with military to pull in the security in their area. They will tell you, oh, because they are not the commander in chief. Let's not be deceiving ourselves. If there are presence of local government and there is a collective sense of purpose, military will not stop anybody from working with the military to ensure that we have security in our domain. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Dr. Haribasi, I want you to react on this story and then finalize on the other one, and then we wrap up.
Okay, on the story of the U.S. Congress.
No, before you head over, you have to conclude.
Yes. I was saying something about this disgrace calls from Nigerians. Trying to call on the security agency to rescue them on whatever situation they found themselves. I think that for me is on the part of the Nigerian police or whichever security apparatus that is not responding. It's not the right thing. So for me, I want to believe that there's no way someone can convince me that logistics are not provided for the Nigerian police. But sometimes it's like they're demanded too much from the public, and which is not proper. They should hit to the laws that establish the Nigerian police force and act swiftly whenever any distress call went to them. So they should do the needful. So that Nigerians should begin to trust them. Nigerians should begin to believe them. Nigerians should begin to have that confidence in them, not the other way around. Because if we begin to walk in that path, it's not going to help us. It's not at all. So please, the Nigerian police, no one will want to say that you've not done, your best. But please, we need more of your best so that Nigerians can, restore back that confidence they have on you people.
All right. Hello, good morning. Hello, all right. We lost us there. 08135542321, 09128630377. The numbers to call. Before we talk on the last story, want to get some.
Okay, let me just say something quickly. I think somebody said something about the head, and I keep saying that if you have the head doing the right thing, let me tell you, the subordinate will never disobey that line of instruction. Because if you dare, the man will show you the way out. You dare not. So when the head is doing the right thing, the subordinate will follow suit. But when the head is not giving, doing the right thing, and you behave otherwise, so what do you expect your subordinates to do? They will follow suit, and they will also behave the way the head is behaving. And so for me, when all of these are put into proper perspective, we'll get it right. If any security personnel do otherwise, and if a command is being dished out by whoever that is, entrusted that to, and you disobey it, the person should be disciplined so that those, watching from behind should also take a cue from that and know that if it happens to you, that is exactly what will happen to you. But when we keep, giving, the gift clothes on everything is okay, no, it will not get, we will not get it right.
All right. Of course, we've got reactions in reaction to the nomination of Christopher Musa, the Plateau State Governor. Caleb Mufwang has congratulated the immediate past Chief of Defense Staff for his nomination as the Minister of Defense Staff by President, as the Minister of Defense, rather, by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In a statement issued by his press and public affairs manager, it says the governor described Musa as a competent and courageous officer whose service has contributed significantly to the nation's security. Also, Governor Sani, on his part, that's the Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani, also hailed the nomination of Musa as the Minister of Defense. In a statement he posted on his X handle, The governor described the appointment as a well-deserved one, noting that it demonstrates the president's confidence in Musa's competence, integrity, and dedication to national service. Sani said that the nomination underscores the administration's commitment to strengthening Nigerian security architecture. He also added that his close working relationship with the former defense minister gives him an assurance that Musa is a round peg and a round hole. Of course, that's from also Shani said round peg and a round hole as well. Former Cardinals Central Senators Shani also lauded the nomination in a post via his verified X handle on Tuesday. Sani described the choice of General Christopher Musa as a round peg and a round hole. He said, of course, Adamu Garba to terrorists. He said, prepare to die because he's here. Christopher Musa is around. He said, terrorists prepare to die. So the All Progressive chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, Adamu Garba, has warned terrorists in the northern part of the country to either surrender or prepare to die. Garba followed Bola Tinubu's nomination of Musa as the new Minister of Defense. The APC chieftain warned that the coming of Musa as the Minister of Defense, terrorists should be prepared to taste death or the wish for others, the death that they wish for others, rather. So, in a statement on his X, Garba wrote that General Christopher Musa, as the Minister of Defense, will restore high morale and high confidence in the rank and file the military across the country. He also said that terrorists should prepare to die.
In as much as we are commending the president for, nominating a retired general there.
Let's take this call before. Hello, good morning.
Hello, can you hear me, Chief Elect?
The real gifts, you call back.
Thank you. Let me just speak on this one. This is every time Okobo is recommending the nomination of General Christopher Musa retired. Was he not there before now? See, the thing is this. That is why I say we play too much. And that is why
we play too much.
Play time plenty for Nigeria. Christopher Musa was the chief of defense staff just a couple of months back, is he not? And he was supposed to be the one coordinating.
But he was not a minister.
So that means the position he was occupying as the chief of defense staff is lower than that of the minister of defense.
So the way they are looking at it now.
The blind man say you put oil for the soup where you use cook give up. They don't tell us say you put salt when you know say you no put salt. For me, I think we need fresh blood. Then why was? Is it possible? I might be speculating here allegedly. Is it possible that the sack of the others, including himself, was just a ploy to bring him back?
Allegedly, plus speculation involved.
Yes, that's what I said. Because the thing is this: if what we had that time that made the president to take them out of office, then definitely you cannot tell me that he is exonerated at the end of the day, considering the position he was occupying then.
Or this might be a compensation. Well, it shouldn't be.
Compensation, I know the meaning, but now you talk about the thing is, for me, I think I would have preferred, I'm not saying he's not competent to do the job, no sir. But I'm saying we would have gotten fresh ideas. And from our guy, Mr. Christian, who is also not wanting to blame the head, if the head tells you, go left, and you go right, now the head will use his hand, drag you come back to where he wants you to be, or they pull you out, bring another person who will full and go left. That's what we are talking. If the head is right, some of these shenanigans we see in Nigeria in terms of governance, in terms of insecurity, will not be there, Chief Elect.
All right. Thank you.
I will nominate you for it.
Please don't. Thank you. Finally, Dr. Mbasi.
All right. I think Real Gift has made a very salient
Just
point.
1 minute so we can wrap up.
Which for me is very apt. But you were asking all those people who.
Just in 30
I
seconds.
will.
Yeah,
I will.
please.
You see, looking at the pedigree of the person of Christopher Musa, the retired general, who is now nominated to fill that vacancy of a Minister of Defense. I said it before that he has a whole lot of experience. But let it not be that at the end of the day we keep, lodging in the same complaints that has not been helping us. So let him change the trajectory. If there is any idea that has not been brought to the fore, should be introduced so that we have it different the way we used to have in time past. So that Nigeria will begin to, the president's slogan is renewed hope. So that we'll begin to have that hope as being preached by the presidency. Nigeria will begin to have that fresh air that is coming from the system. When we keep talking without taking the right action, it keeps revolving around the same thing that has not benefited us in any way. So my submission this morning is that since a more competent person in the person of retired General Christopher Musa has been nominated to fill that position, please, Nigerians has expected so much from him. Let him do the needful so that Nigerians can begin to have that smile again and do the needful for the